Hey there. Thanks for watching my PhotoVibrance review. Brought to you by the same creators as Vidello, Create Studio, and Twinkle. I'm Susie. I'll be your affiliate marketing informant today. This PhotoVibrance review is based on my honest opinion of actually purchasing this product myself and logging into the dashboard. I'm going to take you with me as I demonstrate PhotoVibrance and its various functions. My goal today is simply to give you a quick peek inside and try to answer some questions that you may have about PhotoVibrance. If you would like to start using PhotoVibrance today, be sure to click the link in the description below. And if you are looking for honest and ethical ways to make money online, be sure to click our instant access link in the description below. If you find value in this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to be notified when our next video comes out. And let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them for you as soon as I can. Let's take a quick look at PhotoVibrance's features. PhotoVibrance allows you to easily create mind-boggling moving images. And it is a photo animation software that enables you to create animated images from still photos. PhotoVibrance allows you to add motion to pictures that demand attention on social media and news feeds. PhotoVibrance gives you unlimited exports, visual effects, overlays, and sky replacements, seamless loops, and millions of royalty-free images from Pexels and Pixabay. And PhotoVibrance also offers a commercial license. Once you purchase PhotoVibrance, you will receive a download email. This does work on Apple or Windows. Once you download that to your computer, simply open it up and log in. Anytime we come into a new program, we're going to check out the tutorials. That takes you to the PhotoVibrance welcome page. You can choose to learn from the drop-down menu at the top, or you can simply scroll down and get the training below. They also provide a link to their YouTube channel, and if we take a look at that, you can see all of their training videos are along the bottom, as well as some playlists for you to take a look at. And once you've watched all of the training and the tutorials, you'll come back to your dashboard. Now we want to pick a photo to animate. If you have one already in mind, you can import your image, or you can simply drag and drop it. If you've already done a project you want to work with, you can simply open project. We're going to choose from their library, so we're going to search stock images. If you have a keyword you want to search by, you could certainly do that here in the search bar. You can also choose to pull from Pixabay or Pexels. In the training, you will find out that some photos are better than others to use inside PhotoVibrance. I'm going to choose this one, and we're going to start today with Magic Motion. Now we've got our grid lines where we can choose to center our project. You can also change the resolution or set a custom resolution. We're just going to stick with landscape today, and then you'll choose next. Now we need to decide what we want to stay still in our picture. To do that, you're going to need to set your anchors. You can choose to do that by single points or by a path. If you choose single, simply hold down the Control key, use your left mouse click, and begin to chart your path. You can do this one at a time, or you can choose to do a path. In which case you go to anchors and choose path, hold down the Control key, and click your left click mouse button. And now you can see the orange line that it forms. And you can simply plot your course. We're going to leave the buildings here. And with the path option, once you join your circles, you can see it grays this out. And this is going to be what stays still in my picture. Down below, if you need to make any changes to your anchors, you can simply select. You can choose just arrows or just anchors or both. When you're done setting your anchor, you'll hit enter. Now that we have our anchors set, we want to start our motion. So you'll choose arrow. You can choose single arrow, in which case it will just make a small motion like that. If we click play, you can see how it warps a little bit on that side, so we'll stop. If you want to take that out, you simply highlight it and delete, and then we'll do the path arrows. So if you use the path arrows, you can direct which way the water goes. So we'll draw a few of these on here. Now let's click play. You can see the water moves at the bottom. And if any of these lines bother you, you can absolutely come in here and adjust that. You can slow it down or speed it up, which makes the water look a little less violent in this particular picture. Now, some of the other cool things that you can do with PhotoVibrance is you can add text. You can adjust the size of your text by moving the box. You can move it around. Over on the right, you can change the color, the font, alignment, spacing. You can also give it a name, And now that that is on your picture, it's a layer. So you could also show all layers at this point. You could choose an image you already have to upload here, such as a logo. So now we have our logo. We can move it around. We can leave it here. You can name it on the right. And if you need to make any adjustments, you can always adjust it with the editing button or delete it from here as well. Let's delete those and delete the text. You also have shapes on the left. If we wanted to highlight that logo, we could change this color to a lighter color and put it behind. At this point, you would show all layers. Move your logo in front of the circle because that's how you want it to see it. And now you can see it's been moved into the front and we can edit and make adjustments. Not only can you delete them on the elements on the right, you can also just highlight the element and hit the backspace bar, and that will also take them off of your screen. On the left, you can also resize your project at this point, and we'll get into publishing and saving in just a minute. Let's take a look at the effects. On the Magic Motion effects, you have options to do overlays, effects, and skies. Some of the overlays are bubbles, hearts. We've got money raining down. You could do fireworks. You could have fog roll in. Let's take a look at leaves just to see what it looks like. So once you click on it, it shows up in your box. And at this point, you can change the opacity and make them see-through. You can change the speed with which they fall. And you can also draw a mask where they will not show. I don't want those on here, so we're just going to delete those. Next, let's take a look at some of the effects. All of these effects are animated. When you drop them into your project, they will show up. And if you wanted to see them animated, just click play. And you can see his wings flap. You could do anything from Christmas lights. Once it shows up on the project, it's very large, so you'd want to scale it up or down. Just simply grab the boxes on the sides or the corners. Let's delete this butterfly, and we will make these lights small enough to fit on this boat. We'll move that down, and now we have a boat with some Christmas lights on it. Up here we have some chimneys. If you wanted to choose the effect of smoke, we could choose this one. Highlight it, use the white boxes in the corners to make it as big or as small as you need it to be. And there's a chimney up here, so I will just put this right here. We'll click play and see what it looks like. So it's sitting too high, I just need to go in and move it. It's also a little bit too big for that chimney, so let's make it a little smaller, bring it down, and click play. So with just a little bit more tweaking, I can get this to where it looks like we actually have some smoke coming out of that chimney stack. I can speed it up or slow it down. And let's take a look at replacing the sky. This is something you can only do in the Magic Motion effect. But say we didn't want this many clouds. Let's choose this sky. Now what we're going to have to do is create a mask for this to sit behind. To do that, you will click Draw Mask on the right, and then you get this circle that comes up. To change the size of this, you just simply go to pencil size. You can make it as big or as small as you need to. And we're going to take out the whole sky on this one. So for the big parts, I'm just going to make it as big as I can and paint the whole top. And then what we can do is to get more detail down along the skyline where our anchors are, we'll just make it a little bit smaller. And then we can zoom in with our trackball. So then you would just come in here and try and get it as close to the building as you can and clean it up. And when you've got it ready, click Finish. Now, if you notice our smoke is not showing up, you simply show all layers down at the bottom, move your smoke in front of your sky or above your sky, and let's click play. So this isn't looking like I wanted it to, and I know exactly what I did wrong. So let's stop that. We'll highlight the sky and click the edit. So if we bring this up just a little bit, now we've got some clouds in the sky. Looks good. And I know you can see these lines right here. So to get those to feather out a little bit, they actually call it edge fading here. And if you move that to the right, that actually blurs that out just a little bit for us, so it's not so drastic. And let's click play and see how our animated photo looks. So we have the clouds in the sky, we have the water moving down below, we've got some twinkling Christmas lights, and a lit chimney with some smoke coming out. And that is how we made our animated photo with PhotoVibrance. Once you're done, you can simply publish from here or save. So now that I have completed and saved my project, we will exit out. And now we'll choose a photo to do our 3D parallax effect with. We're just going to search the stock images again. Like I said, some photos will be better for this than others, and I'm just going to choose this one for the 3D effect. This is a little bit more advanced, and you will have to look at different things with your pictures when you're choosing. For example, this particular picture has a building in the foreground and some trees in the background, so I can work on some 3D effects with this one. Choose your resolution at the bottom and click Next. First thing you're going to have to do is cut out your main objects. So you'll click Cut Out Object, and note you will be pressing Control with all of your functions in here. Now you simply click around the object that you want to stay intact and together as you rotate this photo in 3D. I'm just going to choose this barn, and you can see every time I click it has that little blue line so I can see where I'm going. Now that I've connected it, my building is cut out and ready to go. If I would like to do another object, for example the trees, I would simply cut New Object and start to outline the trees. Remember, this doesn't have to be perfect because we do have that easing or feathering effect, and you'll be able to use that in 3D Parallax as well. So we'll just rough cut this out, and now we have our trees done. Now if you notice I cut the trees off here, if you guys ever need to make adjustments with that, you simply click on your point and move it, and it'll cover that right up for you. Now that that one's ready, we're going to move on to next. So now it's cut out the two objects that we wanted to stay where they are, and we need to fill in what's behind them, because as this photo animates in 3D, we will be able to see what's behind it. So to do that, you'll simply click the Start Cloning button. On the right, you have your settings. So if you needed to change the radius, you certainly could do that. And to get started, you'll simply find what you want to copy, hit Control, and click. Now we have our base, and we can move this back behind the mountains. To make sure we don't lose this tree line, simply click where you want it. And now we can take some of this fog that's a little bit lower, hit Control, pick what you'd like, and then you can move it over and start filling in. Notice when you move it, you can see the little black lines. That's taking the house down there below. To recenter that, just simply hit Control. See how it clears that out? Click what you want to clone again, and then start placing it across your image. And now we got the tree line done. We want to get what's behind the barn. Again, find any color that you think is going to look good. Simply hit the Control button, copy, and then move it on over. Again, I'm trying to keep the line straight here. And because it's got a couple of posts, this is working out pretty well. All right, so you can tell this isn't perfect, but I know I'm going to add a little bit of fog. So hopefully this will take care of some of that. And when you're done, you'll hit the Stop Cloning button. And next. Now PhotoVibrance has a template to use for you to start adjusting and editing. It's going to drop you straight into this view. You're automatically going to have a 10-second duration. Your maximum duration is going to be 30 seconds. Along the top is going to be your layers, and along the bottom are going to be what is called your key frames. You get one when you start, and if you click on that key frame, it automatically goes to your camera view, and you can either select it and move it. See the house raising up off the ground, and then it will go back down. It moves from right to left and left to right, up and down. And you can see the elements that I have outlined stay still while the ground 3D moves around it. If at any point you wanted to reset your camera, simply click Reset on the right, and you also have some rotation and scale controls. Just like the magic motion, we could add text, we could add our own image. If you notice in effects, you actually cannot do the sky in the 3D Parallax, but you can still use the overlays and the effects. And to rotate any of the images, you just simply grab the big box at the top, and we can make those balloons look like they're flying away. You still have shapes, size options as well. And up next to settings, you also have particles. If we turn that on, choose from the particles along the bottom. We'll see what this leaf looks like. So now we have falling leaves, and I can change the quantity, I can change the size, as well as the opacity, depth, brightness, contrast, blur, and color rotation. If I wanted to upload a custom image such as a logo, I could do that from here. And you notice they look a little blurry added in, so if we just bring that blur down to 0, they're crisp and clean. And now I have my little logo on top of my 3D picture. Now let's start to add motion. First thing you want to do is add a keyframe. Once you do that, it automatically brings you to the camera option, and then you can also delete the keyframe. We wanted to zoom in a little bit. We could rotate it a bit, and we could also set it off. Now that's our second keyframe. If we push play from here, it starts at the beginning. Now we can see our animation. Now you could leave it like this, or you could add even more animations. Simply click Add Keyframe. Again, click and drag your camera, or simply click the controls and then click play. So as you can see, our video animates itself and moves around. If we look at the layers along the bottom, say we wanted these balloons to fly out of the frame. We can absolutely set motion effects. Simply click on what you want, and over on the right, you can adjust the speed, give it a name, you can blend it, and we're going to give it an animation. We're just going to have it slide right out, and I'm going to slow that down, and I'm going to set a delay to where it doesn't do that right when we open. It does it after about a half a second. So preview that animation, and let's click play. So now we can see it zoom in, the house moves, the trees move, and the balloon is gone. Now I said I wanted to add a little bit of fog. Let's take a look at how we're going to do that. Go over to your effects and choose which overlay you want. And now if I click play, you can see the fog rolling in. If I wanted that fog to show up behind the house, all I have to do is move it from the layers bar at the top behind the object. And now my barn doesn't have fog, but there's plenty of it behind it. We click play. So now we can see that that picture is going to go through several different 3D motions. And if you want it to come back at the end, simply add your last keyframe, click reset. I'm going to move this duration down to 6 seconds, and let's click play. So now we'll see the video zooms in, pans to the left, and it's going to reset itself at the end, and the balloons came back. So clearly I would need to fix that just a little bit, and hopefully that gave you an idea of how easy it is to use PhotoVibrance. This is how you make an animated 3D parallax photo with PhotoVibrance. Once you're done, you'll click publish or save. Let's publish this one. You would simply click publish, name it, and save. Now if you wanted to take a few of these made animated photos and upload them all together as a video, you could certainly do that. And because PhotoVibrance was made by the creators of Create Studio, let's take a look at putting it all together in there. So one of the things about PhotoVibrance is you will need a video editor to put these together to make an actual video. If you wanted to just send them out as a single, you absolutely don't need that. But if you wanted to string 2 or 3 of them together, you do need a video editor. And you're going to need one that allows you to import and or upload videos. So for Create Studio, since this is actually a partner program of PhotoVibrance, we'll simply click Create New Project, set your name, choose your resolution, and Create Project. Then you would simply upload each file you've made that you want to make into a video. I went ahead and uploaded all of mine at the same time. So now you'll simply make sure each one of them is on the timeline. In Create Studio, you drag and drop, and then you choose your next. Put them in any order you want them in. And if we click play, we can preview the PhotoVibrance animated photos that we made into a video. You can see the water, the lights, the clouds, and the smoke in the first one. I've got her hair animated in the second one. This is the third one where I've animated the lightning and the river below as well. And then the last one is the 3D parallax effect that I was playing around with before I filmed this video. So these are the different kinds of animated photos that you can make in PhotoVibrance and how you would put them all together in a video editor to make a video out of them. So what are some of the pros of PhotoVibrance? Well, first of all, just look at these pictures. They're absolutely eye-catching. I would almost guarantee scroll stopping, and it is very easy to use. I found that the tutorials were very helpful. And like the creator says, the more you go in and play around with it, the easier it is to use. Some of the cons I found with PhotoVibrance is there was actually no undo or redo button, and I am extremely clumsy and make a lot of mistakes. So I prefer to have that option available, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I also found that I had some lag times, and some freezing with PhotoVibrance. So I actually reached out to support and let them know about the problem that I was having. And they let me know that it depended on my computer. So we did a little bit of troubleshooting. I looked at my RAM and I was told that we need to definitely make sure we have as few apps running in the background as possible. It will slow it down. And I did find that when I closed my 25 browser tabs and cut down some of my programs that are typically just running for me, it was a lot faster and easier to use. And last but not least, let's take a look at PhotoVibrance pricing. So for $69 billed annually, you can get a personal plan. You do get unlimited images and you can only install it on one device. Kim and I actually went for the commercial plan at $99, and now we have the commercial license and can make and sell these videos if we wanted to. I hope this PhotoVibrance review provided you with a little bit more of an understanding about the product and its features. If you have any additional questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and we'll be happy to answer as soon as we can. If you found value in this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll know when our next video comes out. And don't forget, if you'd like to get PhotoVibrance, be sure to click our link in the description below. And if you are looking for honest and ethical ways to make money online, be sure to click our instant access link in the description below. Thanks for watching!